I'm good with his hands. It's hitting, like it hits. It's here, it's here, it's here. Starting this off with a haul, so you know what that means. It's reading vlog time. I have purse. So we will be starting this immediately, pronto, today actually. It's gonna look so good. The edges match perfectly. I've gotten all of the special deluxe editions or whatever. For those of you who don't know, this is the 4th in the Rose Hill series. Sebastian, he's a grumpy, hot as hell fire pilot. It's a perfect combination, but unfortunately for Gwen, he's also her ex-boyfriend's dad. So this will be a juicy read. I've never read this genre before. This trope, ex-boyfriend's dad. Parent of a past lover. Never done that trope. So this will be my first experience with it, and I'm very excited for the angst, the jealousy, the tension. Like, how's Christmas gonna be? Like, be real. How is Christmas gonna go? Like, I'm nervous. Like, obviously the ex-boyfriend has to be like a total jerk, right? A total jerk. That's what I'm thinking. He has to be like a big loser, and even his dad's like, I mean, I love him, he's my son, but he's a loser. Like, that's, I'm like, is that the only way it's gonna work? It's time to start this book. It is the next day. I left my Kindle at home. Big mistake. I can't exactly take this to work and read it because as I'm doing this, in big bold letters, it says, hot as hell pilot, too damn good with his hands. I can't read that at work. I can't read this physical copy at work. I'm sorry. But for aesthetic purposes, we have to shed a single tear and move on. We are reading the Kindle. Also, I do just want to point out, if you're new here, hi, if you're new, I don't just dress business casual for fun. I have a job, I work full time. I'm not starring as a pirate or modeling for J. Crew. I know you were wondering. This is work attire. Left my Kindle at home. I know, a sin, literally a sin, but since my recent trip, there's a vlog if you want to watch it. Since that trip, I have kind of been out of sync just like with everything, and I am like losing my brain. I changed purses for the trip and used 2 different purses while I was there. I have like an airport bag that I freaking strapped to me, and it has all my stuff on it so that I can easily get everything and get like, oh, you need my license? Here you go. You need this? Like, here's all my stuff. I have it right here, and then I have my book bag and my carry-on. And then when I get there, that bag is ugly. It is my Brixley. This bad boy has seen some stuff. It has gone with me. It is a very good versatile bag. It has like a little card slot, so that's why I use it in the airport. It's easier and I don't have to take a wallet. We need to read this book. I have my Kindle now. Kindle secured. It is what? Like 1 o'clock? I'm not wearing a watch. It's like 1 o'clock. I am so excited. I'm a little nervous, a little apprehensive. The apprehension stems from wild side. Was it the wrestling? Was it the relationship? I don't really know. I do feel like a lot of ick stem from the relationship, but this one, there is an age gap, but as long as it's not like the main point of their relationship and they're not constantly fighting about age, that will not bother me. Dads are attractive, so if he's a good dad, that'll work. But if he hates his son, I don't know. Like, will he hate his son? Is his son still the competition, or is he, you know, daddy's little angel? Like, I really don't know how this is gonna play out. I wonder if he's a widow also, because he is old. So I don't know. Big oops on my part. It was not fully downloaded on my Kindle, so I did have to read it on the desktop, which does make things a little bit more difficult for me. For starters, I'm absolutely loving this book. Flying through this book so fast, and not that I didn't expect it, but I have been like reading slower lately, and I think it's because the book has not like grabbed onto me as much as recently. I think the last book that I truly flew through like that was Rose and Chains, and it is so refreshing. I forgot how fast I can actually read when I'm like in love with something. I see what happened. It's not connected to the new Wi-Fi. It's still on the old one, because technically like they're still both connected, but they're like not actually. So I'm trying to download it. This opening message to the readers, there is no better, like greater feeling than having someone look down on you and basically tell you can't do something, and then you prove them wrong. But in proving them wrong, you also prove to yourself that like you can do it, because you know that seed of doubt, it does stay in there. So what a wonderful thing to be able to prove that to yourself as well. And I love that. And Mr. C, when I catch you, how dare you? But honestly, thank you for putting the wind beneath her wing. I do think like motivated her to really do her big one. Moving on to the book itself, I'm uncomfortable with how much I am relating to Bash and Gwen, in the fact that they are seeking like close personal relationships outside of their family. Their parents weren't meeting that like familial role, so they're seeking relationships outside of their family. I relate to that so heavily. Oh, it's reading me to filth, just like the way that you're looking for that bond with someone else, and like when you find it, it's so good. I feel like I'm getting to know the characters so well. I've also highlighted a few things that I think I'll share later, but I want to just like go back and say that West is genuinely still so funny, and I love him so much. Like my king, he's so Weston's so funny. Like, I love him. I am really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the slow progression. This is not at all what I thought this book was going to be like, and I'm sure there were a lot more messier ex's dad relationship tropes out there. Ash didn't know that he had a son, and he is just now like at 39, 40, going into 40. He's just now learning about his son, getting to know him, and he had met her before, and he met her and his son at like the same time, and that's like crazy. It's just it's a different kind of thing. Like in some ways he probably knows her better than his son because they just met. His ex kept him from him, and now his son is 24, so they just have a lot of ground to catch up on, and it's just different in nature. You know, it'll have to come out at some point. I'm sure that'll be the third act, if not the middle portion of the book, where the son finds out. But I do wonder how this is going to affect their relationship, because it's not like him and Gwen were a love connection, but because of the stuff that the son has been told about Bash, I do fear what this could do to their relationship. I don't know, so I guess we'll just have to see. Oh, I'm genuinely loving this book so much. Like, I'm loving this book and I'm eating it the fuck down. Day one, I didn't even start this morning. I started this at what, 2 p.m. today, and I'm already on page 102 on Kindle, 110 in the book. Like, I'm almost, that's a good chunk. Like, come on. I've been highlighting some stuff, and I basically just kind of want to like gab about it for a second. I am really loving this book. I'm really connecting with it. I unfortunately feel like I relate to both Bash and Gwen. Elsie Silver is just really funny, and there's a few moments where I have genuinely laughed, so I'll read you those quotes first. There's one that they're in the airport, for context, and they're stranded there, and she's Gwen's being a little too happy. It's okay, it is what it is. I'm going to make the most out of it when life gives you lemons. And he goes, it squeezes the acid right in your fucking eyes. Funny, love him. I love West. I love Weston so much. I love West. This one, they're throwing a party for him because he's giving someone his kidney, and he goes, Bash, congratulations on finally finding your perfect match. He announces to the dining room full of our friends. None of us expected it to be Clyde, but sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants, and I, for one, couldn't be happier for you or him. Genuinely giggling. Like, I love him so much. The life of the party. Also, the mouse was mentioned. If you know, you know. It's kind of just become like a fun little joke in her books, I swear. I want to talk about why I feel like I'm like Bash. Like, unfortunately, they're having this party, right? And he goes, being the center of attention is pretty much my worst nightmare. And that's me. Like, genuinely, I feel that. Like, me and him are one of the same. And then there's another one. He doesn't want to talk about his feelings. And he's like, I care about him. I mean, I haven't told him that, but I gave him my fucking kidney. What more does he want? A tattoo across my forehead? That's literally me. Like, what do you want from me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing all these things for you that say I love you, but I'm not outright saying it. Like, that felt this quote about his son. He's like, I can't fathom what it's like to possess his level of confidence and nonchalantness. Like, just the not second guessing yourself and stuff. He's like, I can't even fathom being this arrogant. Like, that's literally me. I'm like, where do you get off? Like, what do you mean people are just out here thinking they're the greatest thing that's ever graced the planet, and I'm over here second guessing, did I say thank you in a nice tone? You know what I mean? The flirting between him and Gwen. TTT. TTT. My man said I'm a glutton for punishment. And let me tell you, he's being punished. Like, genuinely, he's being punished. I don't know what he did, but he genuinely is so down bad for her. And he was gonna cross that line because his friends had convinced him it was a-okay. Because it's not like him and his son really have this grand old relationship. They barely talk, and he barely even cared that he was gonna give someone his kidney, and that was like a dangerous procedure. And then he shows up and she's there, and he's like, oh, maybe I do love her. We should be together. But he has like this arrogant personality and just thinking that he's owed Gwen and she should chase him. What's going on? What's going on? He's reverting, and he's like, wow, I thought I deserved something. I deserve nothing, and I feel so bad for him. I genuinely need to read this because I cannot rest while Trip is in town. I need to know what's gonna happen. I need to know. Currently, I am on page 149, which is 46% of the way through. The flirting, the tension though, really good. You can tell that they just have like such a good connection regardless of anything else. It is so hard to deny that connection. And you know she's down bad when she's like, if I could just go back in time and not date your son, I totally would. I would not date him. I would have double checked and got your number at the airport. I should have looked for you. Like, I'm like, ah. Also, in other news, Elsie Silver today announced that there's gonna be a Chestnut Springs TV show, and I am so down bad for that. So down bad for that. We will be watching that. We will be all up in there. Like, legit. Like, I've never been so excited. Elsie Silver is one of my favorite authors. And I do wonder if, because of like getting the show and stuff, if that's like another reason that she decided to address Mr. C here. Because she's like, not only am I a well-known, well-renowned writer now with multiple series under my belt, but babe, I've also got a movie deal. I've also got a TV show deal. I've got a TV show coming out. Mr. C, eat your fucking words. Peace and love, babe. So I wanted to talk about this book. The last clips you saw were definitely of me crying. I'm gonna paint a scene for you. This entire series has been about like single fathers, whatever, people coming into their own, whether they like traditionally had a child or one of the dads. He was a sperm donor and then his daughter found him later on. In this book specifically, Wild Card was 15, never knew his child. His ex-girlfriend ended up going to like boarding school, but really it was a facility for like young mothers, and they just never told him that he had a child, and they wouldn't have. Her brother actually told him that he had a child, and it was now like 40 when he found that out, and his child is 24. Crazy. And like they've built this friendship over the books. Like every single person, you have Reese, who it is not technically his son, but like it is his son. He knew the baby since birth. He was left a baby, left guardianship of a baby by a mother who died. It was just like everyone came into like being like fatherhood in untraditional ways, except for West. It's just really, they made a beautiful friendship, and they were all friends the whole time. And this is the quote that made me cry. I didn't realize that like there were a bunch of other moments where I like was laughing or whatever, but Elsie Silver did a really good job like wrapping up this series, and I didn't expect it to make me emotional, but like it did, because of just, it really brought back like every single struggle that was talked about, or that was like they went through in every book, and how they all just became like better people by being friends with each other. Oh, I don't know, it really got to me. It's getting to me again. But the quote that made me cry, I have it highlighted. It was, "It's become a community, friendship, and a deep sense of shared hatred for Stretch and his stupid fucking bowling team, the High Rollers." And like that quote is what made me cry, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but like if you think about the fact that these guys were just desperate for like something that made them happy, something where they could be themselves, and like they formed these friendships, and like the friendship, in a lot of ways, it helped them get advice that they wouldn't have got otherwise, which led them to their families and like to being better like fathers or whatever. And I just was like, that's so beautiful. And yeah, it definitely made me cry. I don't know, this book was really good to me. It was definitely, it might be my favorite from the series, which is saying a lot, because like I love Bash. I think that I might be Bash in the way that he's like doesn't talk about his feelings, but like he does stuff for people that like shows that he loves them. Like that might be me. I don't know, bro. But I think this was definitely my favorite, and I love the way that she closed it out without making it super cheesy. Like just that one thing alone, like it impacted me so much. Like it put the emotion. I didn't realize this was in here. So sorry if that ruins the view. This is a shelf. It was really good. I gave it 5 stars. I'm sure by that crying reaction, that's what you expected, but it was so good to me. I just loved the ground that we covered in this book, if that makes sense. Just, I felt like a lot of the other books, we didn't dive into topics as deeply, but like for some reason this one was really hitting for me. And the way that like Bash like actually takes accountability for like being an asshole. Gwen comes to like, she's sitting here listening to him like apologize for what he's done, and she's like, too many people walk around never reflecting on their own actions, never owning them, and never admitting when they're wrong. And that's so true, and I think that's why like it's hitting, like it hits. I highly recommend the Rose Hill series. I'm like genuinely about to cry. I think I might do a book or a video going through and ranking my favorites, just like living off of the high of this moment, because I'm also so excited because our next character was introduced, and I think his love interest was introduced. So the next series is gonna be the Emerald, I think it was Springs. Let me double check. Emerald Lakes. Okay, so Emmett is going to be the main character, and he is Bash's longtime best friend. And I really liked the way that his character was portrayed in this book. He literally called him up in the middle of a wildfire and was like, I need you. And he drove 4 hours and didn't question it, whatever. He was like, it's a 5-hour drive, but I can get there in 4 with like nothing on the trailer. And I was like, wow. So already you know Emmett is going to be a good guy, and I'm excited. And I think his love interest was introduced in this book. There was a character named Bree who went to yoga with Gwen, and she's coming off of a bad breakup, and she was like starting to become more outgoing and stuff, and I'm kind of thinking that's going to be the love interest. I'm going to go on Goodreads right now and let's see. It's called Emerald Lakes. Dang, it's not in there. Okay, let's see. There's a little thing you can click on the back of the book. Oh, it didn't work. Dang, it says could not load the requested resource. So I wonder if that doesn't work. Anyway, but I'm pretty sure that the love interest will be Brie. I'm pretty sure because she got like a really detailed introduction and none of her other students got that. So I basically just realized that I forgot to even talk about the main drama. Like the whole point, I'm gonna flip this around, hold on. Okay, I'm using my phone. It's harder to like hold. But I forgot to talk, the whole point of me wanting to do a reading vlog for that book specifically is that it was an ex-boyfriend's dad romance, and I've never read that before, and I forgot to do a conclusion on that because I was just so overwhelmed with the ending and the closing out of the series. I forgot to focus on that trope specifically, and I do want to say I don't think I would like this trope if it was a typical father-son dynamic, not knowing about him for your entire life, and then suddenly you're 39, 40, and you are like, oh, I have a 24-year-old son, and you've already started a relationship with this woman, you really like her, you were wanting to date her, whatever. There was a misconnection because of incorrectly putting a phone number in after this beautiful night you guys shared together. Come to find out she's casually dating your son. So it was not a love match. It was just very casual. And then grappling with the I want to be in my son's life. I've always wanted a family. I have never felt this kind of spark with a person before, and I want to take that seriously as well. So grappling with that was such a good read on Elsie Silver's part. Like that was like, it was so convincing, like genuinely the feeling, like I felt it in my gut. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna end. I don't know how to make everyone happy, but at the end of the day, it worked so well because it was not a typical father-son relationship, and I do not think that I would enjoy this if it had been one. I think it wouldn't work. In my eyes, it just wouldn't work, and it only worked because of that dynamic. It worked because he knew her first. It worked because the son was not in love with her. Had the son been in love with her, it would have been a hard read. It would have been a tough sell. But it being a casual relationship, just that circumstance made it work. It made it okay. You know, it made it okay. I love Bash and Gwen so much. I love them. I love them so much. I love the way they handled the situation. I also think that Gwen not being the son's exact age and being like an older woman for him as well worked. Like their age difference is not that big. She's 27, little 3-year age difference. But them not being the same age made it better because it's not like he's dating someone his son's age, you know? And that also made a big difference in my eyes, and it made a big difference in what Gwen knows what she wants, because she is closer to 30 than he is. And I really just think Elsie Silver really nailed it. I just don't know. I only think I like this trope in this circumstance. I think if I was to read it in a more traditional sense, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't have that okay stamp on it. It wouldn't like feel okay, you know? But like it felt okay. And the son, Trip, when he saw how much Bash loved and cared for her and how much he was freaking out during a moment where something was going down, the way that he was showing up for her, he was calling everyone he knew to try to make sure she was safe. He was like, I don't love her that way, and I've never felt that kind of love, but I hope that one day I do. And that was eventually what made him be okay with the relationship. And I really respect that, because it was almost like a coming of age moment where he was like, I actually don't know anything, and I'm kind of being childish trying to hold back to adults who know what they want. But I was like almost fighting over a toy in a sense. Like I wanted her because she didn't want me. And him coming to that realization, him having that moment of growth, as well as seeing his like dad as a person who is just being honest with him, and he's like, I don't want to lose either of you. Like I can't, like both of you make my life so much better, and I need both of you in it, and I can't choose between the both of you, and I won't. I just think that was so beautifully done. Like it was so beautifully done, and it is why Elsie Silver is one of my favorite authors. Like
I will read anything she writes. I will read anything she writes because of that, because it's so beautifully well done. It's so well thought out. Like every emotion the character's feeling, I'm like, yes, like you're right. You're so right. You're so right. So I did just want to put that in here because I felt like I was just so overwhelmed with the ending of the series that I forgot that, you know, like this was a new trope and I needed to like close that out and let you know my thoughts on it, because I do have like some very strong opinions on certain tropes. So I just felt like this was important to put in there. But yeah, I love this book. I love the series. I'm going to shut up now though.
For those of you who watched my last video, TBR, where I was low-key talking trash about Bo, he had a cameo in this book. He literally had a cameo in this book, and I was like, maybe I should read it. Maybe I should finish the Chestnut Springs series. Maybe I should just do it. Like, I know I got icked out, but like, I'm feeling very passionate right now, and I'm like, maybe I should just like finish all my series. Like, maybe I should do that. 5 stars. 5 stars. First book on my fall TBR, 5 stars. I feel like that bodes well for the rest of my fall reading.